My name is Paul Bolder, and for the last 37 years, my wife, son, and I have lived at 915 Wallen Lake Road in Pascoag. We bought this property in 1979 because of the direct access to the trails of George Washington Park, Pulaski Park, and Buck Hill. My family and I raised horses and enjoyed horseback riding, hiking, snowmobiling in these state parks. Direct access through the power plant's proposed site with the permission of Algonquin for many years. There's nobody that knows this site better than my family and I, not even the people who own it. We have seen more wildlife and realized how pristine this forest and this part of northern Rhode Island is long before Janet White recommended that the state of Rhode Island should buy the property near the Boy Scout reservation. I'm not here to speak to you tonight on the impact of building this plant on this pristine site and ruining hundreds of acres. I'm here tonight to speak about the credibility or lack of credibility of Invenergy. In November of 2015, John Nyland and a small group of Invenergy visited my home and introduced themselves as my new neighbors. I asked John Nyland where the entrance was going to be, and he looked out my front window and said, right here. At this time, I told him it would have a big impact on our property value and the quality of life that we enjoyed raising our family for 37 years. He acknowledged and said that he would work something out with us. I went to every public meeting Invenergy had and spoke to him on every occasion, to the point where he said, have your lawyer call our lawyer and we'll work something out. At this point, I decided I'm not going to be a not-in-my-backyard advocate, but we cannot live across the street from the main entrance of this project, especially for the 3 years of this construction period. I'm going to have to leave a home that we plan on living the rest of our lives. And let me make this clear, we do not want to move. With a verbal commitment from John Nyland, I contacted a realtor in March of 2016 and had him do a comparative market analysis. I asked him to find comparable property at least 25 miles away from the site. The realtor gave us 12 listings of properties, and my lawyer sent a proposal to them requesting that they work a deal with us. We waited a couple of months for a response, and we never got a response from them. On June 28th, I sent John Nyland an email, and he did not respond. He called me the next day and apologized for not getting back to me, and I think he didn't reply to my email because it would create a paper trail. When I stood before the signing board in January and got your approval to be an intervenor because of the proximity of my property to the proposed site entrance, I felt that you agreed that I had a legitimate concern and was not being represented by anyone else. I tried to work this out initially with the town of Burrillville, and they refused. I felt that being an intervenor was the only course of action we had. We spent thousands of dollars on legal expenses to be an intervenor and sleepless nights trying to protect the quality of life that we've enjoyed for 37 years. I realize that nobody wants power plants in their backyards, in my case, the front yard. Sometimes there are no alternatives. If you truly believe that this plant actually is needed and this is the best place for this power plant, please make it a condition of your approval to buy property abutters out. Why should we suffer from the pollution, traffic, enjoyment of our properties? We were here first. Buying abutters out might not be mandated or required from a legal point of view, but it's a moral thing to do. Thank you.